Travelers on the Omnibus occasionally touches on mature subject matter with mature language. As such, the audience discretion is advised. Hey everybody, Future Jay here. The Travelers got together to play AGON, a fantastic new RPG from Evil Hat Productions. Brady was our host and game master, and the rest of us are playing mythic heroes on a voyage home. This episode is part 1. Next week we'll be concluding our voyage with part 2. We're having fun with the format this year, and this is one of our experiments. As always, we hope you enjoy the ride, and now, theme song. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong button. Wait, theme song. Here we go. Theme song.
Welcome to Travelers on the Omnibus, the podcast that asks the question, that tries to answer the question. I already stepped on it, damn.
See, you don't even need me to step on it. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Let's try this again. Welcome
Absolutely.
to Travelers on the Omnibus, the show, the podcast that tries to answer the question, is butt legs? Wait, hold on. No, that's the wrong copy. I'm sorry. Welcome to Travelers on the Omnibus, a field trip through nerd and pop culture. My name is Brady Davis.
I'm Jody Kite.
I'm Ethan Skinner.
I'm James McCarthy. Now I'm curious, is butt legs? Like, is butt part of the legs? Is that what we're asking there?
That's another episode. I'm sorry, I had the wrong question. I had the wrong I had the wrong copy. I've got the right one now.
Okay,
we're cool.
Thank God.
All right,
good.
So yeah, Ethan, what have you been doing?
Oh, what have I been doing?
Ethan, what the fuck? Come on, man. We've got an RPG to run.
Okay.
What is your problem? We don't have time to listen to your bullshit.
We need immersion.
I'm sorry.
You're breaking the fourth wall.
Let me do some Enya background. Maybe it'll help.
Sa don wa.
That could be in you. We don't know.
Deep moods.
So, ladies and gentlemen, before we were rudely interrupted by Ethan.
I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job.
Actually, the reason why we've got to cut this short is because you're doing your job.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be running I'm going to be running an RPG today. A little one shot that if everybody likes it, we might continue on doing this. This is kind of in the vein of Blades in the Dark, in that it can be picked up and played as you want. This doesn't have to be, a campaign, but you can make it that if you want. We're going to be playing an RPG that I got off a Kickstarter a couple of years ago called AGON. AGON is an RPG where you play Greek heroes who are basically coming home from Troy. It's a war, but Troy, and you're lost at sea, and you come across different islands, and you're trying to get home to please the gods enough to where you get home. But until then, you have to come upon these islands, and these islands are full of strife. And in this game, I'm going to be the Strife Player. The rest of the people are going to be our heroes who are on the good ship Argo 2 Electric Boogaloo, the Argoing, not the Ben Affleck movie.
The Squeakquel.
Yes. So yeah, you have some crew members, but you are the main attractions on this. So let's who wants to introduce their character?
I'll go first. Are we doing epithet first or name first?
However you want. Usually epithet in this goes first. Everybody has an epithet. Everybody has a name because you're trying to get glory to raise your legend.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say them backwards then because I think it sounds cooler.
I just fucking got your epithet too. Fuck you.
I am Manos, the iron-minded. I am the scion of Hecate. My pronouns are he, him, and my honored god is Hera. I have sharp serpentine-like eyes. I am slender. I have a scar from my right eye to below my right ear. And I'm wearing a long black robe with a hood, and I have strings on all of my fingers.
Jesus fucking Christ. For the 4 people who got that reference, congratulations. You get a prize.
To be fair, those 4 people are also like regular audience members.
Yes, yes, we love them.
Yes,
we love
absolutely.
them. If I sounded condescending, I was not attempting to. That's just my nature.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay, introduce your character.
Your character would be the long condescending Brady. I'm just saying. I am strong-hearted Giannis, scion of Pheidippides. My pronouns are he, him. I am my honored god is Poseidon, from which I draw the strength of fortitude. I wear loose-fitting plain tunic with rugged sandals, worn leather armor, and I have a dagger scabbard on my left hip. Dagger not there.
Okay, Ethan, what is your hero?
Hello, I am Forge Master Acleos, scion of Hephaestus. I am he, him. I am honored by Hephaestus, blessed with his ingenuity. I am well-toned for a blacksmith, a humble carpenter for toys for children.
Oh, okay.
I am also a blacksmith from Athens.
Did you make Bubo? Did you make Bubo?
I don't get that.
Acleos has no comments.
Bubo! Clash of the Titans, the owl.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. It's been forever since I've watched that movie.
I have a shield of mirrors.
Okay.
I have naturally blonde hair, but because of the smoke and soot from my forge, it is very smoky and charcoal gray. I wear a breastplate blessed by Hephaestus himself.
Awesome.
You had to get the dehydration in there with your hair. Okay. That's how it is. Okay.
All right. So, yeah, you're trying to come home from war, but flash, black clouds coming from the whatever direction you're heading. I don't fucking know. A storm is coming. You will have to keep your ship afloat. So this is going to be a contest. So each of you speak your name, enter the contest, and tell me what you're going to use, what you're going to do, and what domain you're going to use. So the main while you're thinking of that, I'm going to explain really quick. So the main mechanic of AGON is the idea of the contest. I am the Strife Player, so I roll some dice and set the target number, and then the players, I will usually call the domain. There's 4 different domains. We got arts and oration, blood and valor, craft and reason, and resolve and spirit. So if you just want, so in this one, this is just to decide who the leader of the island is. The leader kind of has final say on things in the island, like plans of going forward, at least break ties. And they also are in charge of interpreting the signs that the gods have given you before you get to the island, so as to try to please the gods. So let me roll my dice to see what the target number is. The target number is 8. So that's what you're trying. The guys have to roll all their dice to try and meet or exceed that. Whoever rolls best is going to get leader for for this next island.
He gets to choose the leader.
Oh, choose the leader. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Do you mind repeating the scenario for me again real quick?
A storm is beginning to ravage the boat. So what are you doing to keep the boat either afloat or on course, or however you want to? It's up to you to explain what you're doing and to fit that into whatever domain you feel like doing with this one.
All right, and to confirm that the target number we're hitting, which you've rolled now, is an 8.
8, yes. Okay. So you want to meet or exceed. You're not going to suffer if you you're not going to take harm if you suffer during this, but you still can possibly get some glory out of this. So let's start with Jay. What are speak your name and enter the contest.
I am strong-hearted Giannis, scion of Pheidippides, and I shall use my how do I best put this? I shall with great vigor and blood and valor, I shall hold on to the rigging as so much as I can, and I call upon the fortitude of Poseidon in order to help me out. Okay, he has called on a divine favor, so he's going to mark that. Well, to erase that, to spend that basically. Everyone, that's going to give him a little bit of a bonus. Your favorite, your honored god, you have 2 divine favor with them. You also get some divine favor to put amongst all the other gods as well. With this, I will be able to take a D4 and I can add that along to the score of my 2 highest dice that I roll. Okay, so he's not gonna go roll yet. Everybody, okay. I do want to okay. So I have I have a D6 because that is the use of my epithet strong-hearted.
Mm-hmm.
I get a D6 for announcing my name, which is Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I get a D8 because I'm using Blood and Valor coming from my scion Pheidippides. So I get a D8 to roll along with that. So that gives me normally 2D6 and a D8. In addition to that, I have called upon the favor of Poseidon, which I think on a boat makes a lot of sense also as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a D4. This dice pool that I have, the two highest dice that aren't the D4 I'm going to take that to try to meet or beat the target number, and then the D4 will be added on top of that for expending the divine favor, as I understand it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so that is my dice pool, and I'm going to hold that die as everybody else explains their stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, Jody, speak your name and enter the contest. And
I am the iron-minded Manos, scion of Hecate, and my honored god Hera.
Hera's gonna have some problems with you, man.
yeah, Hera's a fickle bitch. You might want to like put some respect
puff out
on her
your
name.
chest, full throat, say Hera, come to me.
Put some respect on her name.
She is the crone, but she's a sexy crone. She's the original
Well,
MILF.
Hecate is the crone. Hera's
also a crone,
is also
too.
There's about 3 or 4 crones in
Yes.
Greek
Yeah.
mythology.
Yes.
It's oops all crones except for Aphrodite
And Athena.
and Athena.
I'm doing my best to try and figure out how my character would use his abilities in this situation here.
What is your strongest domain?
Resolve in spirit. So yeah, you could
Resolve in spirit. Let's see. So that's kind of like willpower, right?
yeah, basically you could maybe put yourself at the look, everybody, I am not a seafaring man, so
I can hold the wheel to try and keep
there you
the
go. To keep,
ship from
to keep it steady.
To keep it steady. That's
Okay, that sounds good.
Well, also, just another thing. Also, again, you're summoning, like, it also involves the arcane. So maybe it is leading like for those who can't physically do it. Maybe it's leading chants and prayers amongst the crew. To kind of ask for
That's another idea.
Not having to necessarily implore a favor, but like to basically kind of like through your force of personality,
lead
make
guidance.
everybody feel better.
May the guidance of Hera gather our spirits until we can resolve ourselves through this situation of this storm.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So you're gonna take your D6 for your name, your D6 for your epithet, and a D8 for resolve in spirit. And are you spending a divine favor?
No.
Okay, so you will just roll that.
Okay.
Ethan, what is your hero doing?
I, Forge Master Aclios, scion of Hephaestus, honored by Hephaestus, call upon his ingenuity to take my hammer, go below decks, patch up any holes that might blow through our mighty ship.
That sounds good. So yeah, take up all of your dice.
So I have D6 for my epithet, D6 for my name, D8 because I'm using craft and reason with my my forgery skills, my blacksmith skills.
Yeah.
And I believe that's it.
Yeah, unless you're spending a divine favor. If you're not spending a divine favor, you don't have to mention your favorite any god that you're calling upon.
Gotcha.
It's not necessary.
Okay.
So yeah, so everybody has their dice. So roll them and let's see what we come up with.
We take the 2 highest or the
You're gonna take
the two highest. Yes.
And in fact, I did mine wrong. 5 is only your target number. I apologize because I only take 1 number. There's no strife level with this.
The 2 highest and combine them.
Yes.
I have 10.
I have 11.
Oh, okay.
So I have 7 with my 2 highest, and with my divine favor, I had an additional one for 8.
All right. So it looks like so we're gonna start from lowest to highest. So just reciting what you do real quick.
Giannis holds on to the rigging for the left side of the sail. Another sailor on the ship, his knees are starting to buckle, and he lets go. I grab that one, and I'm basically holding the entire mainsail of the ship with basically in one arm each, and just holding on for dear life.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Aklios, what do you do?
So I'm below deck, and as the boards are like starting to fly off from the sides, Aklios is like catching them mid-air, putting them up against the wall, taking some nails he has in his pocket, just nailing them back to the hole to make sure it's all steady and together.
Yeah, I can see even as you're like nailing one, like you this is still your job, but I came up with something cool too. So like as you're nailing one down by your foot, so you just push it in and then you're like nailing both of them. And that's cool. Yeah. All right.
Not craft reason, but I also like the idea of like there's water coming in, he immediately swallows it and spits it back into the sea.
So what Manos does is he goes up to the wheel, but realizes that his strength is not as formidable as some of the other crew members. So he motions for a couple of crew members to like throw their arms into the wheel to hold the wheel steady, and also to hold down any sails, just to yell out like hold the sails so they don't like go crazy.
Okay, it sounds good. So so it looks like Manos is going to be our leader for this next island. Again, he's going to be kind of.
Well, no, he gets to choose the leader.
Choose the leader. Yep. You get to choose the leader, so whoever you want. But you were best. Nobody suffered, so everybody's going to get a little bit of glory in this. You're going to get 5 glory. The other 2, since you did not suffer, you succeeded, but you weren't best. You're going to get 3, so you're going to get half rounded up. All right. So Manos, who will you choose to be the leader to interpret the signs and kind of plot the course?
So my thought process is taking all of the gods in question that may or may not be involved in any sort of supernatural affairs currently. I think because of your connection with Poseidon that Giannis would probably be more inclined to be the leader for this specific island. If storms persist, it would be the best way to go.
Okay, so
I do concur.
All right. Not that you had a say, but yeah. All right. So Giannis will be the leader.
Democracy hasn't hit Greece yet.
Yeah.
I can still respect his opinions.
Good Lord. So Giannis will be the leader for so yeah, you all managed to keep the boat on course. You don't lose any crew members, and the ship stays intact. And there's a lull, and a mist starts to form. So. And you're about to come upon the island of Nimos. So
I thought we were in Ravenloft. Oh no. Okay, no, we're good.
Nimos is an island of bright beaches and rocky cliffs, known for its study of medicine as well as a devotion to ancient traditions. And as the mist recedes, the gods reveal their desires through signs. So you have Apollo, the god of medicine and secret knowledge. His sign is a blazing torch, the light of knowledge in a dark world. The next sign is Artemis, goddess of the hunt, slayer of monsters. Her sign is a headless serpent, still venomous even in death. So, as you get to the island and you arrive there, you get out and it seems like everybody's going to the palace. And as you arrive at the white pillared palace, you find out that there's a funeral for the son of the king is underway. And as you're going up to the palace, you see you hear of the ceremonial games that are happening just outside the palace. So as you get in, you're greeted as heroes, and they invite you to join the games. But the priest, his name is Harkon, looks a little weird, smiles a little bit too widely, and he tells you that because of ancient tradition, you cannot view the body of the prince. Nobody may view the body. So yeah, he slights this ancient custom. So you're kind of being led down towards the games. You can participate in those if you want, but you can't view the body. Nobody's allowed to. But as you go down, you notice the king Telemarios. He's kind of an older guy, and he has this shadow in his eyes, and something's not right here. So what will you do in this situation? So you can possibly maybe confront the court and demand to know what happened to the prince, or maybe use some skullduggery or something to divine the truth, or will you show respect and kindness to the king maybe? So what are you guys thinking? And again, this is not necessarily something where you have to act out every single thing in character. You can just kind of say what you're doing.
So
It's all-
OC real quick. So a priest approaches us and tells us that we
yeah,
can't.
the priest Harkon.
Archon.
Yeah, Harkon, Harkon. You notice that he has like blue lip and serpent tattoos.
I would like to speak to him directly, if I may.
Okay.
Is that possible?
What will you be trying to do with him?
I would actually before I walk over to him, I would like to mutter a very whispery, quiet call to Hera to use cunning to possibly get a verbal influence on him to allow us to see the body.
Okay, so you're wanting to more use trickery with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that sounds like a craft and reason contest.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, and we're going to go against the priest Harkon.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got they're a D8 name, devious D6. We're gonna add a D8 for
Brady's listing off several of the
serpent
things
tattoos.
to basically set the threat level. You have traits for certain of the characters. Like he just mentioned, Harkon apparently is devious,
Yes.
something that may bring us pause.
His serpent
obviously.
tattooed has the sacred keyword, so this means that if you suffer, you will have to spend a divine favor.
Okay.
So, let's see, and this is you're doing this, but others can also join in this as we go. So, and again, you can also sit out of something and gain a bond with somebody and give them your name die if you want to. So let's see. I'm going to take. I, as the Strife player, am just going to take the single highest and add it to the Strife level. The Strife level starting out is always 5. You can do things to make it go up or down. It can't go higher than 6 or lower than 4. All right. So let me see. That is 6. So 11 is the target number. So starting with the leader, everybody has a chance to join in on this. Or if somebody maybe wants to take a different route, we can go about that after this contest. So starting with the leader,
I would like to try to win the camaraderie of the contestants in the games by showing that I have the greatest blood and valor, basically in the area of endurance running and the like.
okay. So you will not be joining in this contest. We will do that contest afterwards. So Ethan, will you be joining in this contest?
You said players can sit out of contests but still give their name die.
Yeah,
to
you can
someone?
you can sit out of a contest, and that gains you a bond with whoever you give your name die to.
I will sit out of this contest and I'll give my name die to Manos.
Okay, so add a bond into Manos, and then so you will get an extra D6 with yours. So and if you so Manos, your chance to speak your name and enter this contest.
Yes. I, the iron-minded Monos, scion of Hecate, follower of Hera, would like to plea for Hera to allow her to grace me with her cunning to try and talk my way into finding out more about this dead prince.
Okay. So so you're gonna take your epithet and your name die.
Okay, so name die is this one.
Yeah, epithet, and you're going to get an extra one from an extra D6 from Aklios for spending for him sitting out.
Okay, is that correct?
Yeah, and you're going to get, this is a craft and reason, so you're going to take whatever craft and reason you have. You're going to take a D4 because you're going to spend a divine favor. You wanted to spend a divine favor from Hera. Okay, for cunning. All right.
Does he need an extra D6?
He's got the extra D6. There's something we're missing.
Because he's got one for his name, his epithet, my name die.
And then his D8 for his domain.
D8
And the D4.
Okay, never mind. My mistake.
I think that's it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Two highest, right?
And then the D4 adds in.
So 10 for the two highest, and then 2 for the D4.
Okay, so you have succeeded. So let's go on ahead. You're going to get glory equal to the target number. You're the only person in here, so you were automatically best. So you're going to get 11 glory, and then explain how you beguile the priest with your words.
Quick, out of character. Can I get a recant of what he said to us exactly?
He just basically cited like it's ancient tradition. Nobody is able to view the body.
All right. Well, Priest Tarkon, you speak of traditions, and I think that the gods would frown upon any sort of step away from progression. Perhaps it's not the worst of ideas to allow such a highly regarded follower of Hera to see exactly why you would make that decision.
So yeah. So the priest is beguiled by your words, and you make a very strong argument. He tells you that it would be impertinent and stepping, in the favor of the queen to let you view the body at this time, but later he will let you see the body, and we'll deal with that in a second. But he allows you to see the body, but he begs if anybody would like to enter into the games, you can do that, and then after that, when the funeral rites have been said and before the body is, I don't know.
May Hera grace you with her presence.
All right, so that leads on to the next thing. So as y'all are walking out and waiting, going towards the games, you see the brave fighters of Nimos in these ceremonial games of fortitude and intensity. You notice that all of these guys, they're wearing special ceremonial helmets. They don't have bladed weapons. They're not trying to necessarily kill anybody in this. It's all ceremonial games in tribute to the prince. But you can see that they have this weird stuff coming, like colored saliva coming down from their lips, and they all seem to like be a little bit on edge. Like there's some weird, so you can see that there's some weird stuff happening here. You see in the distance also Cesarios, the champion of Nimos, and he says that whoever wins these games has the right to fight me for the title of champion of Nimos. He screams that out. So this is going to be a blood and valor contest. So let's see the fighters of Nimos. We got D6 for that. A D6 for that. These guys are going to be perilous, so you will suffer. You will mark pathos if you suffer in this game. Just for everybody, listen to this. Pathos is kind of your health-ish, but not necessarily. It's a little bit more nebulous than that. But if you suffer, there's a possibility that you mark pathos. If all of your pathos gets marked, you're going to start marking fate. And the closer, you should get stronger as your fate if you get closer to your fate, but also you get closer to death. So you have to be careful with that. Write a note somewhere on there. You're going to get advantage with the priest in a future. We'll decide depending on we'll decide the size of that advantage as it comes in. So we got the fighters of Nimos. Again, these guys are going to be perilous. So if you suffer in this, you're going to mark You're going to mark pathos. So 11 is the target number. This is a blood and valor contest. Who, starting with the leader, will join this?
I, strong-hearted Giannis, scion of Pheidippides, and though I honor Poseidon, I call upon the daring of Hermes. to aid me in becoming the champion of Nimos.
Also, don't forget when you do a contest, you can also mark pathos to add in another domain when you do this, when you're doing a contest. So you also have the possibility of doing that. If say Blood and Valor weren't your best one, but you want to add in your other good one, you can do that as well. All right, so he has his dice. We're going to Aklios. Will you join in this?
I, Forge Master Aklios, scion of Hephaestus, honored by Hephaestus, I call upon the ferocity of Ares to help aid me and best my opponents, for they are also worthy.
All right. And again, you can mark pathos if you want to add in another domain. Okay. All right.
I, iron-minded Manos, will not enter this contest, but however, I shall give my name die to Aklos.
Okay. So gain a bond with Aklios. So you're going to get an extra D6. So he's going to give you some encouraging words, maybe some strategies from his iron mind.
I could just imagine him yelling, "Go for the
All
heel!"
right. The target number is 11, gentlemen. You may roll your dice. Not the greatest roll for old Aklios there.
Remember to add in your D4. Your
Yes.
D4 gets added in.
Yeah.
Yes. It's still not going to help.
So what's your number, Aklios?
I got a total of 7.
All right. So unfortunately, you will suffer with this. Giannis, what did you get?
Praise Hermes, for I have an 11 through his boon.
Oh, awesome. So yeah, Aklios, you will suffer. You're going to narrate what happens with you first, and then we're going to go to Giannis.
So as Aklios is trying to wrestle down his opponent, he got kind of distracted by the different, like the off-color saliva dripping from his mouth, and it kind of like puzzled him for a little bit. That allowed his opponent to get the best of him.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're going to get 1 glory for that. You get a little bit of something even if you suffer. So
How much glory did Manos get?
he got 11.
Got 11 from all.
So you're going to get 11 because that was the target number with this one.
I may have missed the marking of the glory, which was there you go. So so for me, my fighting style is basically wearing out my opponent like consistently. Like that's where, as a scout and messenger for General Agamemnon of the Greek forces in Troy, it was just a matter of just basically running people out. I have no weapon, as I left my dagger on the sands of Troy, hoping that I would never have to fight again. So basically, as fighting each person, is it? Let me ask this: is it, everybody's just in a giant scrum? Is this the Royal Rumble, or is this the main event of WrestleMania?
This is one-on-one, but you're all
okay.
like trying to.
This is the All Valley High karate tournament.
Yeah, you're all kind of going at the same time. I would imagine.
Okay.
And the champion over there, Circeus.
Circeus.
I will probably pronounce that different every single time.
There you go.
Somebody keep score of that and write in and tell us how many times I changed the pronunciation.
I just imagine like Giannis like ducking every sword.
Yep.
And they just eventually
he's doing like the thing from Homer Simpson when he was boxing, where he's just like
taking
they're
all
just
the punches.
Sir. Muhammad Ali, the rope-a-dope.
I prefer the funnier
There you go.
version of that.
Well, I've called upon Hermes, so both of those work, both his mercurial spirit and his speed. So yes, but no, it's just basically of wearing everybody out and then just not necessarily finishing them off, but just knocking them out when I have the chance to.
Okay, so cool. So that means you are best. So, as the guy just basically kind of collapses in a heap with you barely touching him, just kind of he's just barely hanging on, and you just kind of just push him over. Cesarios comes down from his little perch where he was watching the games, and you do not fight honorably. Where's your fighter's spirit? I will teach you, as I am the champion of Nimos. So this is going to be another Blood and Valor. Giannis is going to be in this one alone, one-on-one with the champion of Nimos. So let's see. We got that one. Some of these I'm not going to say. That one and that one. This is going to be perilous, so if you suffer, you will mark pathos. I'm going to Yeah. So we'll just roll this. And let's see what the target number is.
I see a large number there.
That will be a target number of 12.
12. Okay, 12 of those.
So, Giannis, speak your name and enter the contest.
I, strong-hearted Giannis, scion of Pheidippides, call upon the ingenuity of Hephaestus.
Ooh.
For what I cannot fight in strength, I will try to outwit in style. So much so that I will take pathos on, and hope that through craft and reason, I may also help myself. So I've taken one pathos to add my name die, to add craft and reason, which for me is a D6, which I will need one of those.
Cool.
Actually, I won't need one of those. Excuse me. So I got my D4, 3D6, and a D8. Okay. And I'm looking for 12, I believe.
12 is the target number.
Okay. No. 5, 7, 8. So I fail it.
All right. So you suffer. So you're going to mark pathos again, and you're going to get 1 glory for that because you failed. Mm-hmm. So say what happens.
Serestus, right?
Cesarios.
My apologies. Cesarios is a fighter known worldwide, not just on this island but in other islands. His reach is such that there is no way to go away from him in the ring. He could actually hit me from the other side, and there would be no running from it. I am staggered. I am weakened, and he cuts me about the chest and leaves me for either the medics or the crows. He cares not which.
All right. So yeah, Cesario, just I knew that these men from afar weren't worth their snuff. Be gone from this ring. So as you the other two kind of just pick you up. You're not super harmed from that. It was more of like a flesh wound to just kind of quote unquote show you your place. Mm-hmm. And as he walks back, you see these kind of jerky motions that he's making. Mm-hmm. You can tell that like he is also whatever the fighters are taking are definitely he's taking that too.
They're
probably more
influence.
Probably more. So, so let's see. So as you're leaving the games, you're heading back to the on the way to the Acropolis of Apollo, where they're going to lay the prince to rest, because you want to see the body before they lay it to rest or burn it. I don't know, whatever they do here. Who the fuck knows? Certainly not the guy who's running this.
Burning is more cinematic.
Yeah, burning is more cinematic. So they're going to burn the thing. So as you're going, you're kind of going through a darker area of the city to get there. You sense an ambush. This is going to be a craft and reason. Definitely, this is going to be a perilous. So if you suffer, you will mark pathos. You will mark pathos. So okay. So this is an ambush. Out of the shadows come poison darts. So this is going to be a craft and reason versus someone who is trying to kill you. So let's see. Target number is going to be, I'm rolling 6s all day. Where's this when I am playing Age of Sigmar? So this is going to be an 11 target number, craft and reason, starting with Giannis.
I don't think my epithet will apply here. So I am Giannis, scion of Pheidippides. We shall hopefully find reason to determine what exactly is going on here. So I will just roll 2d6.
All right. Aklios.
Yeah, same. My epithet probably would not apply. However, I am Aklios, scion of Hephaestus. Call upon the precision of Artemis to know the location of where these darts are being flown from.
Sounds good. So mark that divine favor. Manos.
I, the iron-minded Manos, would like to call upon my scion, well, not my scion, but on Hecate, and the insight for knowing also the direction of the poison dart is coming towards me from.
Okay. And you might be able to even afterwards determine maybe where these where the darts are, what the darts are from. So
who's firing them.
So I use the insight from Hecate here,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Divine favor.
I'm also going to burn one of my bonds with Manos to gain his name die.
all right, sounds good.
So
Also remember that you can use bonds you can spend bonds to block harm when that happens.
do I get a D4 from using this?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. D4,
I will.
D6.
You're gonna get 2d6 from your epithet and your name, whatever your craft and reason domain is.
Right.
So that's 3d6,
3D6.
and you're gonna call on that, and that's that should be it.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of my bonds with Monos to block harm or fates. If it
Well,
involves-
You have
do
not
that.
suffered it yet.
Yeah,
Oh.
you do that when you would suffer.
Oh,
Yeah.
you do it when
Sorry,
it
yeah.
suffers. Okay, gotcha. Never mind.
All right. So everybody roll your dice. 11 is the target number.
Yo, that was a pretty good roll.
Oh, okay.
No.
So what did everybody get?
9.
9,
11.
11,
18.
All right. 18. All right. So Manos is going to suffer. You can spend a bond to block harm and describe how the person protects you.
Okay. So as we are being attacked, I see a dart go towards Aklios, and I attempt to assume where the next one is coming from, and I move right into the target, and it hits me right in the chest.
All right. So yeah, you can either mark Pathos or spend a bond to block harm.
Spend your bond with me.
Yeah, I've got. Do I have a bond with you?
Yes, you have a bond. You have one. Yeah, you have one bond.
Oh,
from
that I
him.
do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will spend a bond on Giannis using his giant girth as a block.
He blocks does he block it with his giant dick? Like what?
Yeah.
Yes, his giant girthy dick.
My tunic is loose fitting, but not that loose fitting. Yes.
All right, but you're gonna get 1 glory for that since you suffered. So target number was 11. So Giannis succeeds, but he is not best. So he is going to get 6 glory from that, and describe what you do.
So immediately, I'm just kind of like ducking low and like, again, as a scout, I'm more like moving around quickly. I notice a dart heading directly for Manos, and I actually grab it out of the air, and then I look at it and I realize like that the tips of it look like some sort of nightshade that was used either to kill pain or to put people asleep, or perhaps worse, by those dastard Trojans.
You're seeing Trojans everywhere.
Yes.
It may not be the Trojans, but we'll see. Aklios, what do you do?
So
You're gonna get 11
get 11.
glory, by the way.
So even as we're walking, I kind of had like a sixth sense of knowing that something bad is about to happen. So even as before the darts are fired off, I look in the direction, and I see one of the guys in the shadows pull out the dart pipe. It blows out. I immediately catch the one that's coming for me, and the guy's just staring at me in terror as if I knew this was gonna happen.
All right. So this ambush has obviously failed. The guy who blew the darts, instead of trying, he feels like he can't get away. So instead, he takes one of the darts and he stabs it into himself, instantly dying. You, being the great heroes that you were, wouldn't have necessarily instantly died, but whatever. So he doesn't instantly die. Fuck it. He slowly dies with the ochre of the same color coming out of his lips. So as you look at him, you see that he also has serpent tattoos. As you look at the dart, you can see that it seems like they're venom encrusted. There's some kind of venom with this. You feel like this might be some sort of serpent cult that is taking over the land and perverting the teachings of Apollo.
I do not believe the priest is who he says he is with his intentions.
So, also again, remember the signs of the gods as they are interpreted by your leader. So,
It was Apollo and Artemis.
yes,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yes, Apollo
And Artemis specifically
was
with her
secret
head
knowledge.
cut off.
Yeah, secret
with
knowledge and
the
slayer
serpent's
of
head cut off.
yeah. Apollo was secret knowledge and Artemis was slayer of monsters. So you want to keep that in mind. So let's see. This leads you kind of get some sense that there are some things that are not necessarily on the up and up when it comes to everything here. You hear oftentimes about Nimos being this great alchemical, this place of alchemy where these great potions are being, in praise of Apollo, this great medicine and everything like this. But you feel like things aren't going great. And as you get into the actual Acropolis of Apollo, you see that they have already burned the body of the prince.
Ooh.
So
Somebody lied to me.
and you see there
Or that was a distraction to keep us from here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you see that there is a woman there. Seems like she is a scholar by the name of Thesia, a follower of Apollo. So, what will you do? Feel free to ask questions or anything like that to lead into anything.
I'd like to find Harkon, if that's a possibility.
All right.
Where is the king during this?
The king is still at the palace.
King's still at the
as far as
palace.
you know, everybody, the king and the queen are still in the palace.
Gotcha.
So you're at the Acropolis. If you want to go, if you decide again, you kind of make decisions as a team, but the leader can kind of break ties or anything like that.
Well, that's my idea. I just throw it out there because he did say that I was going to, or we were going to be able to look at the body before too long.
Manos, let's speak with Thesia first.
Okay.
She is here.
Okay.
All right. As you speak, as you try and get Thesia's attention, she seems to be very, what's the word? She seems to be very hesitant to give any information. So this is going to be, let's see, we're going to do arts and oration. So you're going to have to convince her to give you the up and up as to what's happening, or at least as much as she knows. So 6 for that against Thesia. So we get that, and I think so. All right. So that's going to be 11 is your target number. I keep rolling 6s. I'm sorry. 11 is your target number. This is going to be arts and oration against Thesia. So starting with the leader, will you enter? Who will enter the contest?
I, strong-hearted Giannis, scion of Pheidippides, yes, shall through my knowledge of the wisdom of Athena, shall reach to her both her mind and her heart to open up to us about what she knows.
All right. Aklios, will you enter this contest? There are no keywords in this, so you will not suffer if you fail this. Well, you will not take harm if you suffer during this contest.
I, Forge Master Aklios, will use arts and oration to attempt to connect with Theseus to make sense of the current situation.
All right, sounds good. Manos.
I, iron-minded Manos, will attempt to use my own cunning to try and figure out exactly what's going on with this situation.
All right.
That's just these two.
Your epithet. You're gonna always roll. Usually, if you roll your epithet and your name, you're always gonna roll like 3 dice.
Okay.
So yeah, epithet, name dice.
See, because I couldn't apply strong-hearted to the last one, so that one didn't have me rolling that one.
All right. 11 is the target. Oh God.
It's a good thing there are no critical fumbles.
In the game of In Nomine, that would actually be a wonderful role.
So it looks. So it looks like Jesus Christ. This is the audio medium. Jody rolled a 1, a 1, and a 2. So luckily there's no like bad stuff that happens from this. Luckily there's no harm that comes.
I kind of wish there was, but just because it makes the game fun sometimes.
So I believe it's going to be Jody and then Ethan and
I
then,
got an 8.
and yeah. So you two will both suffer, but Jay,
I have a 12.
12. So yeah, you did pretty good. So both of you who suffered was going to get 1 glory. Don't have to mark pathos or anything like that. So Jody, you were worst. So you, how bad did you fuck up?
So what's her name again?
Thessia.
Greetings.
No, I know exactly. I'm sorry. I know exactly what you do. You reach out to kiss her hand.
Oh.
And you put your fingers in your mouth and you bite down hard.
4 people will
That
know
checks.
what that is, but fortunately, that is our audience.
That's better than what I was gonna say. So
I'm sorry. Do your real thing. I had to put that in.
We
'cause
had to
that's-
get yes.
That's an old joke.
That's an old inside meme.
instead of being my normal diplomatic self, I become extremely informal for a moment, forgetting exactly how social norms are during this mythological time, and I go, "What's up, Thelma?"
All right. So you don't fuck up as bad, Aklios, but what do you do?
As I'm speaking with Thessia, I'm trying to get immediately to the point and trying to ask direct questions, and it's completely like shutting her down from having any kind of conversation, wanting to open up at all to me.
All right. So non-talky character, how good did you do?
Thessia, do you even lift, bro? No. Hold on. Thessia, honored of Athena. Though my patron. Oh yeah, because I run that. Say, Thessia, honored of Apollo. I ask on behalf of one who has spent time learning from Athena. There is something wrong on this island, and I believe you know that, at the very least know or have some idea of it. We are only visitors. You are a citizen. It would help us greatly to know what's going on so that we may assist.
Your words move her. And even though she is very clear about fearing for her life, she tells you, that she has been a scholar of alchemy serving Apollo for as long as she can remember. But one day the queen brought in this priest Harkon, who says he is a priest of Apollo, but he really serves the serpent cult. Something that it doesn't seem to be a god that they worship. It is something far more terrifying, and it is brought poison to the land. The land that was once fruitful and bountiful is becoming rotten from whatever poison they are, and I'm certain that she mentions that they give this elixir to the fighters, and it makes them stronger, but they also begin to lose their faculties. So you get all that information. So this leads. She also mentions that there's a temple they have in secret somewhere, but I haven't been able to find it yet. Let's see. There are some things that you can do from now. So do you want to maybe deal with the poisoned land? Do you want to? There's the possibility of maybe confronting the queen to see to get full answers and to see the priest brought to justice, or would you like to try and maybe find this cult and find out whatever the source of their power is to defeat you as the party can decide how you would like to go.
Manos, you've struck up a rapport with Harkon.
Mm-hmm.
That might be our one bridge.
It's probably the easiest option to go for, at least for now, or the more logical. I should say the more logical option.
I shall accompany you to his palace. Aklios.
Yes.
Yes. The earth is wounded.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can tend to it.
I shall do my best.
So two of us are going to the palace. One of us is palace to speak with Harkon. One of us is seeing if we can tend to the poison land.
Yes. All right. So we will do the poison land first. So
Okay.
as you go out into the outskirts of the city area, you can see that there is this almost seemingly toxic runoff from alchemical experiments poisoning the land. The nature is suffering while the alchemical experiments are making the rivers thick with sludge, and animals are becoming sick and dying, and they're choking fumes befouling the air. So first, we're going to do a resolve and spirit to brave through the poisoned land. We'll see how it goes from there. So that's going to be that, and this is going to be perilous. So you'll mark pathos if you suffer from this. Right. So let's see. Ooh, God, sorry, 13 is the target number. And again, remember you can mark pathos to
for another domain.
For another domain. So Aklios, speak your name and enter the contest.
I, Forge Master Aklios, shall use resolve and spirit to brave these harsh environments to find the source of the pollution.
Mm-hmm.
I shall also call upon my craft and reason to allow me to not inhale the toxic.
Maybe come up with something to put over your face. Yes. to kind of brave through.
Shall use the some loose cloth to shield some pollution into myself.
All right, so mark pathos for that, and don't forget you can also you can spend some divine favor if you need to.
Think I have any divine favor that could come into this. I'll probably save it for later.
I think if you're calling in Hephaestus, like if you're calling in your craft and reason, then certainly the god of it.
Also remember you have a bond with Hephaestus, and that's going to give you a D12.
Yes.
So if you want to spend that bond right now, he can aid you with his D12
to bolster me.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Because that's a god's name die as a D12.
And is this going to count towards like the highest, or is that going to be added?
No, that's the D4 is added at the end. That's divine favor. A bond is just you roll it and it goes with your highest.
Mm-hmm.
But with this more dice is usually better. But again, you're going. I will tell you right now, you're going to have another one, which you're going to be better at. I can promise you. But
I feel like I'm good. I feel like I need to save the Hephaestus bond. So I will go at it with this.
So the target number is 13. So
Forge Master name, Spirit and Resolve,
Craft and Reason.
Mm-hmm. Heyo. That's 11.
Oof. All right. So you are going to suffer. So mark some more pathos, and you're going to get 1 glory from that.
So as I'm searching for the source of all the poison, the toxicity, it's much thicker and much more potent than I anticipated. So even the loose cloth over my face is not shielding me from very little of it, and still going into my body.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you have to retreat, unfortunately, before you get to. But you feel like you were almost to the source, and you can see a cave. You feel like this might not be the main entrance, but this could be a back entrance is possible. but unfortunately, yeah, you have to retreat. So guys, you come back to the palace, and you are able to find out where Harkon, where his I don't know, did the Greeks have studies? I don't remember. Fuck it. You're able to get him to there. So this is going to be, you're trying to convince him. So I think this is going to be arts and oration, but I will listen to any arguments as to trying another domain with this contest. He is very hesitant to give up any answers, and he.
Well, I think because of what you said out of game earlier, that I have some sort of advantage with him.
Yes,
and that we could apply that some way.
What this is going to be is you're going to get to roll some extra dice against him. I'm going to give you D8 advantage on that, so whenever you roll that as well.
Okay.
If there are not anything else, let's roll against Priest Harkon. Do that one. we're going to do serpent tattooed. This is going to be a sacred test, so you will spend divine favor if you suffer from this. As far as
Just real quick, if you do not have divine favor, does then it go to pathos, or how would that go about?
I don't think I ever remembered reading anything about that.
I also know about there's also wrath, which is basically the angering of the gods. I would imagine that might play something in there too. The reason why I ask on this, and I'm gonna be assisting him on this one, but I'm down to 1 divine favor left. So if I had run out and then would have to spend that,
Yeah. Well, yeah. In this case, you would have to spend that. But there is a possibility that we could do it that way. There is a possibility of you bringing wrath upon a god because
it would make sense.
So
there you go. Roll them dice. Let's see the 13 you're gonna roll on this one. There it is.
13.
Yeah.
We have a arts and oration. Target number is 13 against the priest. Again, I'm going to give you a D8 because y'all been doing pretty okay against the serpent cult so far, and you have more information about them from Thessia, on top of the fact that you have that rapport with him already. So 13 is that. So speak your name, and don't forget you can roll pathos. You can spend a bond to take. Well, he's probably gonna starting with the leader. So
I will be assisting Manos in this by distracting Harkon by just like going around, because if he's a priest, he's got some doodads, some mystical and or theological doodads, and I'm just going to like, pick one up. Oh, what is this? And it's going to distract him to hopefully basically get Manos's words to hit home.
I, the iron-minded Manos, sign of Hecate, and follower of Hecate and Hera, I would like to also invoke my bond that I have with Hecate.
All right. Are you spending divine favor from both of them, or are you spending the bond?
Just the bond.
Just the bond. Okay. All right. So he's going to take an extra D12 for that.
My name, this,
Epithet.
and then I need a D6 for...
I got you.
Okay. So
And you got my assist D6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm rolling 4 D6s, a D12, and a D8.
Yeah.
2 highest.
He rolls a 2. That would be very impossible, but we'll see.
We got a 9 and a 7.
Ooh. So that is a 16.
Yes.
So you did pretty good there. So you're going to get the 13. You're going to get 13 glory off of that. And describe how you
How I
twist the priest in knots verbally.
and who's his? Do I know who his deity is?
You don't know what he
represents,
but you know he
purports Apollo.
He purports Apollo, but he is actually of the serpent cult.
You lying blasphemer! You disgust me with your trickery and your backhanded ways. You lied to me about the dead prince, about being able to see his body. You've probably been lying to the royalty this entire time. You defile the land with your disgusting poison. Explain yourself.
All right.
I drop a paperweight.
Where'd you get what kind of paperweight is it?
Marble.
Marble. Okay.
It's Greek, so it's
yeah, that makes sense. All right. So yeah, you have the priest all flustered as he continues to say, "No, I'm a loyal servant of Apollo." And you then you drop the hammer on him. You know about the serpent cult, which should be obvious because of the serpent tattoos,
yeah.
but people in myths aren't necessarily the smartest unless they're the heroes.
Nope.
So he kind of he distracts y'all and you catch him as he's running out to and he says and you as he's running, you hear him say, "I will release the serpent to finally bring upon the final judgment of this accursed place." So as you're running out and trying to follow him, Acleos comes up and he lets you know, like, "Hey, I wasn't able to get there." to the source and come up with anything. The choking fumes were too much for my constitution.
But there is a cave.
But there is a cave. So you can either follow the priest.
Poisons made him Swedish.
Yeah.
There's a cave.
That poor boy made him Swedish.
Is there a fish?
Swedish
Perhaps.
fish made in Canada.
Delicious.
I do not believe the fish like the polluted waters.
So will you follow the priest, or will you try and brave the poison to go through the back way?
I could be non-immersive for a second. I really want this fucker to die.
I say we follow the priest.
The priest is
Full on yakety sax. Like,
All right.
he's threatening snakes upon the world or the island.
He's threatening himself because he's a snake.
All right.
We go
So-
after the priest.
The priest is now a blue-lipped Benny Hill in my impersonation.
Yeah.
I see it in my mind now.
So as you follow the priest, you see that he is heading deeper into the palace, and actually behind he runs into the throne room, and at this time the throne room is kind of empty because the king and the queen aren't there. They are in mourning at this time. The king has become quite melancholy since that, and the queen is trying to comfort him. It's hand jobs. They're doing hand job stuff. They're doing.
I was going more Lars von Trier melancholia.
Fucking on a golf course.
Yeah,
At least it's not Antichrist.
yeah. It's like Pebble Beach.
That's way worse.
Yeah.
It could be even worse than that. She could be like throwing laundry in the refrigerator and talking about how she needs to spend more time with
You've
her
never
child.
watched Antichrist, have
No,
you?
I haven't seen that.
That's the. No, Nymphomaniac is the Lars von Trier movie.
This is true.
But that one's very close.
Mm-hmm.
That one's
Yeah,
the plateau. That one's the plateau right before the top of the mountain.
Yeah. Some bad things happen with genitalia in that one.
Ooh.
So yeah, and you kind of hide behind you all kind of hide behind a column, and you notice that he kind of presses a lever behind the throne, and this thing opens up, and he checks around and goes in. So as you follow him down, this is all like hewn. Hewn's not the word, but it seems like a cavern.
That's a great way to say it. A cavern hewn from the rocks.
Yeah, hewn from the rocks. So yeah, as you're going down, you can hear something moving, something very large moving in the distance. And as you get there, you see many other acolytes, seeming in robes, and they seem to be worshiping at this idol. And as the priest comes in, he yells out, "It is time for the serpent to rise." And as you're looking at it, you realize that it's not an idol. It's not a giant idol. It's actually it's a big snake. This is the serpent of Nimos.
That's a large snake.
Yes.
To be concluded. Sorry, I like the echo effect too much. This is the end of part 1 of the Traveler's playthrough of AGON. Join us next week for the thrilling conclusion featuring snake cults, carpentry, and our first impressions of the game system. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to leave passenger feedback, you can catch us at travelersontheomnibus@gmail.com. Again, that is travelers, 1L, on the omnibus @gmail.com. You can also message us on Spotify and get in touch with us through our polls on Spotify and our episode question. If you like our show and you'd like to recommend it to other people, we can be found on Spotify, Anchor, Apple, and Google. This time, we'd also like to thank some of our friends in the podcasting world. First off, Whiskey and Wrestling. Michael Hill and Jason Holder offer libations and headlocks, or at least a review of, every week. Like, what's really going on in the world of wrestling? I can never tell. Stay away, Vince. Please stay away. Whiskey and Wrestling, available on Sunday on all major podcasting networks. Up next is Silence Your Cell Phones.
Kevin Shelton, Jared Hubbard are our friends who provide you with their views on some of the best movies and television that are coming out today, what you should be streaming and what you should be avoiding. Their latest episode is their second annual Selly Awards, where they give their awards for the best movies, TV shows, and actors from the previous year. That sounds your cell phones on YouTube and also on all major podcasting avenues. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our fellow traveler Jody Kite and his podcast Fearology, his personal recollections and reviews in the world of horror, from books to TV to movies, especially if it's 9 movies about horror cats. That is an actual episode, absolutely, but that is on Fearology, on Spotify and Anchor. Special shout out to our friend Kevin Gallo, aka Ronan Roosta on Twitch, and Kevin Gallo on YouTube. Every Tuesday, enjoy a wonderful RPG session, whether it is the dark future of Cyberpunk Red, or the much happier, hopefully less darker world of Pokemon in the unofficial Poké-Roll RPG. Again, that is Ronan Roosta and Kevin Gallo on Twitch and YouTube, respectively. Finally, we'd like to thank Greg Spanier, Cameron Spanier, and the entire crew at MacNarb Gaming for providing us with our regular recording spot. Thank you very much, guys. With that, the Travelers bid you a fond adieu. Till next time, thanks for enjoying the ride.